Being understimulated in life, a surefire sign is watching adult videos in categories that you know you would never participate in this activity. That really let me know that, okay, let's pump the brakes and acknowledge this issue. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm MicahTheMuse, and I have made it no secret that I do not like where I'm living currently. Made several videos about it, whether it be short form videos on TikTok or here, or my latest video, well, not my latest, but one of my latest videos, your environment, you're not ugly, your environment is something. So we know I'm not the biggest fan of Baltimore. I realized that it's not because I'm unhappy here. Well, that's a part of it. But unhappy is too simple of a word to describe it. I'm understimulated. That is like the most accurate word for it. Meaning romantically, understimulated. I'm not on the apps anymore. I do not really like to go out to clubs here. Understimulated. I love nightlife. That's something I loved in the Caribbean. I used to love to go out. So it's very difficult to be living a kind of different lifestyle where that's not a part of it. Where not every weekend, but like a lot of weekends, at least 2 weekends per month, I would have liked to be out in the club twerking, dancing, doing something. Dating wise too, like just it just sucks on the apps, like sucks. And then career wise, like I moved to the United States with a goal of, becoming a content creator, music superstar. That has just not been happening. And I had to, be realistic and pick up a 9 to 5 that I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm just not. No shade to the people. Well, some of the people, shade. But I'm just not the biggest fan of it. It's not a stimulating job for me. It actually is stimulating, but it's overstimulating. And it's annoying. It's overstimulating to my stress response, but understimulating to like my creativity and like fulfillment. Honestly, not getting to use the parts of myself that one I want to use, whether it be my body or my mind, like my creativity, my passion. It can take you to some weird places when you're not stimulated. First of all, you deal with situations and situationships that you should not deal with, and I made a video about that too, where I dealt with a situationship that I should not have stayed in for as long as I did, but it was due to like scarcity, and at least this makes me feel something, stimulation. So that's one thing that's a clear sign when you deal with situationships and people and that you just wouldn't deal with normally. It felt like I had to do something about it. So I'm making a huge life change. I'm making a move very soon to, well, it's for like a month. That's the plan. But leaving the job that I'm not satisfied with so that I can have more time for this that I'm trying to make something like real, something that is my career. Like my first video on this channel is life is forcing me to be a YouTuber in 2026. I have to show up for that. That's one thing that I'm doing to try to stimulate myself and stimulate my life again. Make a big move. Go to a city that you've always wanted to go to. Do delivery jobs while you're there so that, you have some money. Because money is necessary as an adult. But, I saw a TikTok that I was like, choose your poor. Do you want to be poor in Baltimore, Maryland? Or do you want to be poor in one of your dream cities? And that's how I feel right now. I am choosing my poor. And I'm choosing the second option. Because the understimulation is too real. I've lived here for almost a year. No. No. And I can't use security as an excuse forever. I can't use stability as an excuse forever. Otherwise, I would not have moved here in the first place. Clock that T. And I know that I'm musing about me, but maybe you don't have to do something so extreme in terms of like literally moving. But you gotta shake it up. I think just going to the club in DC recently was stimulating enough to a certain extent to where I could now I have content that I can make content about that experience. Maybe the thing is just changing up the environment. That is the easiest thing to do. So like going to a new restaurant, a new bar, new lounge, going to a pickleball club, something. And these are things that I technically could do here, but I don't want to anymore. I feel like I've now given up on this city. I've just given up on the city. So, I feel hopeful for the next one. Because I also don't want to feel like I have to crawl through the mud to get stimulation also. Like, I don't want to feel like I necessarily have to like create everything or like do all this logistics. It's like, no. If I go on a meetup app right now in the dream city that I'm hoping to go on, there's going to be a million events. And with people who are more similar to me and more aligned with what I want. That's not a lot of work. It's not. And I think that's it too. I don't want to overwork for stimulation either. That makes me feel bad. And I did not have to do that back home. And I keep comparing things back to the Caribbean because yes, I made a huge life shift thinking that I was upgrading, and it has not felt like an upgrade thus far. The best thing is Amazon Prime. And my one friend that I made. I'd call me Serge, love him. But besides that, like, and of course, my family's here, we get to have better relationships. I just don't want to like throw that under the bus. But I think as a young adult, for me, the two most important areas in my life that need to be stimulating right now are my career and my romantic / sexual connections. I need it bad. So if you've been feeling similarly, maybe try in some way to do something that I've spoken about, something to try to reclaim that, because because understimulation could just send you into some really bad places that you then have to take yourself out of. And that's not necessary. We don't want to give ourselves weird complexes, make weird decisions, end up, doing things that we later regret just because we wanted intensity. Doing coke. Poppers? Okay, poppers and coke are not the same thing. But like doing hard drugs, taking edibles every single night just because we want to escape. No, we can do better. We can do different. We can place this vessel somewhere else so that it could have a new experience. Let me know if you take anything from this video. Let me know if you're excited for this series that I'm going to be doing about my move, because I am. I feel like I get to be more of the creator that I want to be as well. I will have the time. I will have my own space. I don't have to plan around other people. And I will be in an environment that I think is better for it too. It's just more interesting. But stay tuned for that. That'll be coming very soon. I hope to see you in another video of mine. Bye. Follow me on TikTok. Bye.